you guys, I am live here from Italy. Hope you all can see me okay. Just give me a second. I'm going to start on Instagram too, and then we are going to get going. Hey Instagram, hey Facebook. Okay, hope this is working and that you guys can hear me. I am coming to you live from Positano, Italy. As you can see, it's just unreal beautiful. And I'm very excited to be here with you guys today for this week's podcast episode, which is all about visualization. So let me go ahead and get started, and then we are going to dive in. And please let me know if you can or can't hear me, and if this is or isn't working, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hey, you guys. I am here in Italy. Cool. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Okay, hey visionaries, welcome to this week's episode of Your Biggest Vision Live. I am Leah, I'm your host, I am the founder of Urban 20 Something, and I am the host of this podcast, and I am coming to you live from the Amalfi Coast in Italy. I'm on my hotel balcony in Positano right now. I have been here for about 4 days now, and I am here for my best friend's 30th birthday. We are all celebrating together, and it's just been amazing. But I'm really excited to be here with you guys today because I'm excited for the topic that I have to share with you. I think it's really going to resonate with so many of you, and hopefully it's going to help you end up either in Italy or whatever is calling your heart. So today we are going to talk about the power of visualization, and this is a topic that is really important to me because it's one of the, quote, success tools I've really known about my whole life and used my whole life. And when I say success tools, you know, I think a lot of people have written a lot of books about things you should do or have to do or anything else like that in order to be successful. And at the end of the day, not everything works for everyone. It's different for everyone, and that's a good thing. But this is one that's always worked for me. And there's almost nowhere I can be more of a testament to than this view right here, which I definitely visualized into my reality, and it was not always part of my reality. Oops. Just a second. Sorry, you guys. So when I was growing up, visualization started for me pretty young. My dad was a big fan of visualization. He always would tell us if we were driving to a crowded movie or dinner, something like that, and we didn't think there'd be any parking, he'd always have us all collectively visualize a parking spot and visualize us getting a really easy parking spot. And at first we just kind of thought it was funny. But as I grew up, the more I realized why he had us doing that and why it actually did work. Like, no, there wasn't always a parking spot. Life wasn't always perfect. But the thing is, I started noticing that when I was with other people and other families, if they didn't do this visualization practice, if they just said, you know what, it's a Saturday night, it's going to be too busy, there's no way we'll get a parking spot, well, then they would do a couple things. One, they wouldn't go at all. They would just straight up stay at home, or they would go somewhere they didn't really want to go and just kind of settle. Two, they would immediately park far away because they just assumed that there would be no parking close by. Three, they would leave like very unnecessarily early just to make sure that they had a spot or whatever, and then they'd end up like sitting there and waiting for half an hour before their dinner actually was even ready or whatever it is that they were going to. So none of those are necessarily bad scenarios, but I started realizing that the power of visualization and the reason my dad was having us do it isn't because we were magically creating a parking spot from like our universal power, though that can happen. But it was actually because we then would take action based on the ideal outcome. We then would take action based on the assumption that there was a way for us to get a parking spot, that we could go to dinner that we wanted even if it was on a Saturday, and that things would be there for us. Whereas if you go into things without that, you go into them assuming they're not going to work out for you, you take action in the same way. So let's apply this to business a little bit, or even the example here of me on the Amalfi Coast. This was a big dream of mine when I started my business, to come here and live and breathe the Italian air and stay in these beautiful luxury resorts I'm now staying in. But if I didn't visualize that this could happen for me, then that would mean I didn't really believe it could happen for me, and I wouldn't be taking action based on the belief that it could happen for me. So if you aren't visualizing things that you want to happen, actually, let me put this a different way. This power of visualization works no matter what. So whether you are channeling it in a way that will be in your favor, or you are basically hurting yourself because all you're picturing are the worst case scenarios of things, it still works. And the reason is because the more we envision things and the more we see them in our mind, the more we believe in our subconscious mind that they are truth, and we take action based on truth. Just think about working out, for example. We work out and we go to the gym because we believe it will make us healthier. Why do we believe that? Because we've been told that. We've seen examples of that. We've seen other people tell us that. We've seen case studies of it. So we start believing from a young age that that's how things work. And we go to the gym because we believe it will help us be healthier and lose weight, or whatever your fitness goals are. We believe it to be true. So the same goes for your future, and the same goes for your goals. If you believe that the actions you're taking have the ability to get you out of your 9-to-5 job, to start a successful business, to get you to a place where you're in luxury hotels on the Amalfi Coast, then you're going to take actions that will help you get there. But if you believe that you are never going to get there, or that this is unrealistic, or that it's unnecessary, or that it's just not something that's accessible to your life right now, you're going to take actions based on that. So I want to make really clear that this visualization is not some sort of woo-woo, snap your fingers and wave a magic wand and all of a sudden you get what you want just because you visualize it. It's about reprogramming your subconscious mind to take action based on your beliefs. So I started really implementing visualization in my business when I started believing that my business could be more than I was treating it as. Many of you know the story of my business, but it started for several years in a place where I wasn't making any money. I didn't take it that seriously. It was sort of just a for fun blog to me. It wasn't really anything that I thought could turn into my full-time job, a 6-figure business, something that could empower me to travel the way I'm able to now, etc. And I started realizing that I had these big goals for my life and I had these big dreams, but I wasn't actually taking anything action-wise to get me there. I was still working at a nonprofit and I wasn't really treating my business the way that it needed to. So there was a disconnect. And I realized that though I was able to say I had these big goals and dreams, I wasn't actually visualizing or believing that they could happen for me. And that's because I wasn't taking the right action to make them happen. So I realized I needed to reverse engineer it. And this was because I wasn't exactly sure what I needed to do to make, this big life that I wanted happen. So I started needing to really visualize what it is that I wanted. And in the beginning, it was, I want to say simple things, but I know that at the time they sounded like a big deal. I wanted to leave my 9-to-5 job. I wanted to have a business that got me in over 5 figures a month. I wanted to be able to travel full-time or work from my laptop wherever I wanted. I wanted to be able to come to Italy for a vacation and be with my friends, which I did not have money to do at the time, to be clear. So I needed to start really putting myself in a place of belief that that was happening. And I started doing some practical things to stay disciplined about visualizing that every day. So if you're wondering how to start using visualization, then you can put in some habitual practices to make it part of your routine. Things like I did it every morning for about 5 minutes straight. I would just visualize things, really, really try to feel in my bones and in my mind how these things felt to come true. And I made sure that I did it every morning, and then I would take action believing that it was already working out. Now, another reason visualization is so powerful, it's not just because you then rechannel your belief and you take action based on the belief that things could come true. It's also very powerful because it will help you keep going when you want to get knocked down. So if you have big goals and dreams for yourself and you have a big vision of what it will look like when those come true and how they're coming true and what your life will feel like when it comes true, then you are a lot less likely to get knocked down when things don't work out for you. And trust me, you will have times when things don't work out for you. But if your vision is stronger than your doubt and your fear, then your doubt and your fear doesn't really have room to knock it down. So that's why it's important to do this every day and to really treat your visualization like it's a muscle and make it stronger and make it clearer, because once it is so strong, then nothing can knock it down. Think of the visualization of your dream the way you do your physical muscles. So if you practice going to the gym every day, if you work out your muscles every day, then if you literally get knocked down, you won't get knocked down. Or if you do, it won't hurt you and you'll come right back up. Whereas if your muscles are weak, if you don't take care of yourself, if this is not something that you have repeatedly embedded into your way of life, then you get knocked down physically a lot easier. The same is true with your mental strength, your mental capacity, and the ability you have to take the obstacles that are inevitable on the way to your goals and dreams coming to life. You will have months where you don't make as much money as you want. You will have people say mean things to you. You will have people that aren't happy with you. You will not know what to do sometimes. You will get stuck sometimes. But those do not hold a candle to your own ability to make things come true for yourself if your vision is stronger than those challenges are. So those are the two biggest reasons I highly recommend implementing visualization if you're an entrepreneur. One, they'll help you take action in a more aligned and logical way. And two, they will help you be so strong that no obstacle can really knock you down or anything else like that. And if you want more information on why visualization works, then you can look it up on websites like Psychology Today, Entrepreneur. It is not a stranger to entrepreneurs to use the power of visualization to see things come true in your life and in your business. And it's not something that's made up. It's something that's very real. And it's really like you can unlock a genie in your own head. Most importantly, though, I think the biggest benefit of visualization and regular envisioning and gratitude of your goals coming true is that you just become more fun to be around. You become someone who is more optimistic, who is more excited about the future, who isn't focusing on the difficulties that we all go through. You guys, no one wants to be around the person that complains about very basic human issues, very basic difficult things in life. The fact that you're tired, the fact that you don't have enough sleep, the fact that you don't have enough money, like, no one's interested, and you don't want to be the person that is getting a bunch of attention around that type of thing. Don't you want to be more known as the person who is optimistic and is pushing people and is helping people be enabled to push themselves even farther, and who is excited about the future and who is so clear that things are only going to get better? That's the kind of person I want to be around. That's the kind of person I want to be. And that is what visualization can do for you, because you are anticipating a better future. You are anticipating these obstacles to go away. You are anticipating the fact that you can be stronger than anything thrown your way. And that is a resilient person. And you are going to need to be resilient in order to make your dreams come true, which I know you can do. So that is my share on visualization. I hope you guys enjoyed this from the Amalfi Coast. And let me know what you are visualizing in your life right now, and what a fitting name for my podcast. This is To Your Biggest Vision. I'll talk to you guys soon.